Does anyone feel a mixture of sadness and nostalgia witnessing the collapse of Twitter? So many memories are shared on this platform. How will the collapse of Twitter impact online conversations and discussions? It feels like a significant loss in the digital realm. What went wrong with Twitter? It's disheartening to see a once vibrant community slowly fade away. Are these the questions that flood your minds too, as we witness the potential collapse of Twitter? Then worry not. In this video, we're here to provide all the answers to the questions flooding your minds about the possible collapse of Twitter. Stay tuned till the end of the video to understand the causes and effects of the collapse. It's heartbreaking to see Twitter collapsing. So many memories and connections, where Twitter's collapse is also a stark reminder of how fragile our digital world can be. It's a sad reality to face. With his takeover of Twitter, Elon Musk has raised the bar for disruption. Musk has unintentionally turned Twitter into a soap opera with himself as the protagonist. What craziness will the billionaire do next? Seems to be the show's main theme. First, let's take a peek at the recent Twitter app acquisition. Elon, a business tycoon, started his acquisition of Twitter Incorporated, an American social media firm, on April 14, 2022, and finished it on October 27, 2022. Musk started purchasing business stock in January of 2022, and by April of 2022, he had amassed a 9.1% ownership position, making him the company's largest stakeholder. Musk first accepted Twitter's invitation to join its board of directors before deciding against it. Twitter's board first reacted to Musk's unsolicited bid to buy the firm on April 14th by using a poison pill method to fend against a hostile acquisition. On April 25th, however, the board unanimously agreed to accept Musk's $44 billion buyout offer. Musk said he intended to expand the platform's functionality, make its algorithms open source, stop spam bot accounts, and advertise. Musk declared his desire to end the contract in July, claiming that Twitter had broken the terms by refusing to take action against spam bot accounts. Shortly later, the business sued Musk in the Delaware Court of Chancery. The trial was set for the week of October 17th. A few weeks before the trial was scheduled to start, Musk announced that he would proceed with the acquisition. On October 27th, the acquisition was finalized, and Musk immediately assumed the role of owner and CEO of Twitter. After being taken private, Twitter amalgamated with a brand new parent organization called X Corp. After buying Twitter, Musk swiftly let go of a number of top officials, including the previous CEO, Parag Agrawal. Since then, Musk has suggested various changes for Twitter. Twitter is minuscule in size compared to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Google, despite having about 240 million users. Yet, Twitter outperforms its competition. Politicians, celebrities, and journalists are three communities that rely on Twitter and give it power and worth. Politicians and celebrities adore Twitter because it allows them to transmit directly to 240 million users without any middlemen. The ability to deliver their personal brands while also learning the general consensus over which stories are more important and which are not something that journalists enjoy about Twitter. Twitter gives the other 240 million people the appearance of having direct access to VIPs, who would otherwise be out of their grasp. Because Twitter's algorithms give their content disproportionate weight in the discourse, trolls adore the social media platform. While it may be tempting to refer to Twitter as a public forum, the social media platform is actually a for-profit corporation, with goals and working methods to frequently threaten democracy, public health, and public safety. Before Musk took over, this was accurate for a long time. The ease and speed with which Twitter collapsed should not have surprised us. These issues have been present for a long time. To keep Twitter operating imperfectly, thousands of dedicated employees have been needed. Musk let many of those employees go in the first 2 weeks of his ownership. while disobeying recommended procedures for managing online platforms. With the help of a group of venture capitalists and Tesla engineers who either lack knowledge or reticent to question Musk, or both, he appears to be winging it. It remains to be seen how big of an issue this is and for whom, nearly as severe as the responses to Musk on Twitter as the activities of the new owner. On one side, there are those who take pleasure in the idea that the richest man in the world would burn through $44 billion in the most spectacular and visible manner imaginable. Politicians, activists, celebrities, and journalists who rely on Twitter are on the other side, and many of them see Musk's actions as a danger to democracy and public safety. They are not mistaken. Free speech seems to mostly apply to Musk according to his ideas. He has retaliated against anyone who has made fun of him, including Kathy Griffin. He has demonstrated support for the far right and President Putin. Foreign operatives were used by Twitter before Musk's acquisition, claims a whistleblower. Twitter's original layout, a blank 140-character space suited for broadcast communications, was exquisite in its simplicity. The company advertised its platform as a microblogging platform, and the discussions that ensued attracted the public's interest. Microblogging's monetization proved rather difficult, so the platform gradually developed to its current format of unmediated broadcast to a mass audience. Although monetization increased, it was never able to match Twitter's distinctive audience or cultural relevance. As a result, many individuals, including Elon, thought they could perform better. The problems of today are extremely difficult. If Musk continues in his current direction, Twitter may suffer irreparable damage. There is no mechanism to force Musk to alter course until the business files for bankruptcy, which seems to be improbable in the absence of vigorous government intervention. A very serious possibility is bankruptcy. Musk claimed that Twitter is losing $4 million daily, which justified the layoffs. The headcount cuts will significantly impact Twitter's income statement's expenses, but Musk's activities have spooked some advertisers, which may cancel out the cost savings. The annual interest cost of the debt that Musk assumed as part of the Go private transaction is about $1.3 billion. Musk must produce cash flow significantly above historical levels in order to service it. The most recent quarter proceeding, the acquisition had negative EBITDA, which makes me question what the lenders were thinking given that the peak EBITDA in recent years was $993 million in 2019. There is an existential crisis at Twitter. A corporate of the size of Twitter would not typically be doomed by bankruptcy, but Musk's management of the company introduces the challenges that go well beyond insolvency brought on by an unsuitable financial structure. Musk might be tempted to commercialize Twitter's data in a way that was, and still is, inconceivable to users and his predecessors. The platform might not last. Life without Twitter is difficult to imagine for those who care about Twitter the most. Politicians, activists, celebrities, and journalists who essentially live on the platform. But they must. Twitter would be far more difficult to replicate or replace than it first looks. Mastodon is an open source platform which journalists have flocked to. Federated and dispersed governance are two benefits of Mastodon. The platform is actually a collection of separate servers in which each with its own set of guidelines. A clumsy user interface, a lack of scalability, and privacy concerns are some of Mastodon's drawbacks. Politicians and famous people have been sluggish to adopt Mastodon because they understand that the platform is not intended for their use case, which involves unmediated broadcast to millions of users. The problem is that since the success of advertising business models like Twitter depends on attracting attention, hate speech, disinformation, and conspiracy theories are particularly potent at doing so. The revenue from an advertising-based safe Twitter would be significantly lower. A subscription-based one would probably be much smaller as well. There is no proof that Musk could sell at a price that would make Twitter possible, even if you assume that it is not irreparably harmed. It would be tough to launch one from scratch for a variety of reasons, primarily due to the challenges of finding the right target market and developing a reliable product. This leaves us with two genuine hazards that we could not have predicted only a few months ago. Life without Twitter, on which so many people have grown to rely, and a future fraught with dangers to our privacy and security. The idea that billionaires are usually clever and wise is unfounded. And that's a wrap on our journey through the rise and fall of Twitter. If you enjoyed our video and found it insightful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow Twitter enthusiasts. Do share your valuable comments in the comments box. Until next time.